Right, no fedora today because we're being serious. I'm gonna kill myself. Probably shouldn't have said that after saying I'm being serious, but look, we move, right? I have just watched Arsenal versus Chelsea. What the fuck was that? What the fuck are we doing? What are we? If you're fucking retarded and you can't tell, I was supporting Chelsea, right? We lost by 3 goals to 1. And I won't lie, we deserved to lose by 3 goals to 1 because we were shit. We'll start with, what should we start with? We'll start with Frank Lampard. We'll start with the fact that he played two wing backs, a left back, Ben Chilwell, right back, Reece James, who were both injured, and who we could have replaced quite easily with Emerson and Azpilicueta, but we didn't do that for no reason, and of course they're both injured, so they got absolutely shit on by Saka, Tierney, even Martinelli. He's fucking shite, and even he was doing bits against them, right? So we had that. We'll go. What should we go with first? We'll go with the fact that this is definitely just me saying this because I'm a Chelsea fan. Pablo Mari should have been sent off. I think. When Kovacic is running through in like the 15th minute and he gets absolutely clattered by Pablo Mari, I can't remember because I wasn't completely paying attention because I was getting something from over the other side of the room. But I'm pretty sure Pablo Mari was the last player as Kovacic was running. So I'm not sure why he didn't get a red there. If I'm wrong, then fair enough. I'm wrong. I'm an idiot, right? Then we'll go on to the penalty. Let's go on to the penalty. There wasn't a penalty because he didn't touch him. And, right, he did touch him. But it was the softest contact in all of history. Bro, their leg hairs touched. And then he clattered himself to the floor and they got a penalty. And VAR looked at it and gave it, which... Fuck VAR, but... they gave the penalty, which wasn't a penalty, realistically. If you go back, like, 3 years, that's not a penalty. But today it is, so fuck it, you know. Lacazette steps up, sinks the penalty. You've got the commentator who apparently is retarded and has never seen anyone stutter before taking a penalty before saying he's played Edouard Mendy. What the fuck are you talking about? So yeah, we're 1-0 down. I'm expecting some sort of, you know, maybe a response from the boys. Absolute shit. It's continuous shit, right? We didn't do anything. We did absolutely nothing. Until the 43rd minute when we decided to give away a foul, which Granit Xhaka took. Granit fucking Xhaka took the free kick and absolutely sent it into the top fucking right or left, wherever the fuck it was, I don't care. He banged it, right? It's a belting free kick. I'm taking nothing away from the free kick, except for the fact that it was Granit Xhaka, and that's just depressing to be a fan and watch that kind of fucking score against you, right? But we move. We'll ignore that. Fair enough. We go into the break 2-0 down, which is obviously not what really anyone was predicting in the history of anything, because Arsenal is shit, right? We come out, for the second half, we made subs. However, they are the most retarded subs in all of history. We take off Timo Werner, who is playing out of position at left winger, and because he's not a left winger, he's a striker and he's playing left winger, he's doing nothing because he's playing in the wrong fucking position, right? And we bring on Callum Hudson-Odoi. We all why? What the fuck? Why? Why would you do that? Why would you take off Timo Werner, who admittedly hadn't been great in the first half, but had been much better than Tammy Abraham, who was kept on and continued to do nothing until like the 85th minute, right? Continued to be shit. I don't get it. Well, our front three is left winger Timo Werner, striker Tammy Abraham, right winger Christian Pulisic. Timo Werner is a striker who is playing out of position at left winger. Christian Pulisic is a left winger who is playing out of position at right wing, and Tammy Abraham is shit. Why the fuck are we not putting Werner at striker, Pulisic at left winger, and starting Hudson-Odoi at right winger? We're playing players out of position for no reason. Why are they out of position? There is space to play them in position and we're just refusing to do it, right? So that's stupid. But, oh well, here we are. Maybe Hudson-Odoi will be absolutely sick and maybe it'll make sense, right? He wasn't, but we move, right? We also bring on Jorginho for Mateo Kovacic. Mateo Kovacic was one of our better players in the first half. He had that chance to get through past Pablo Mari that I talked about. He was probably our top 2 best players behind Pulisic, who is our best player despite playing out of position, right? And we take him off for Jorginho, who, as we know from being Chelsea, as I know from being a Chelsea fan, he's shit. He can't do anything. He passes it back to the centre-back, and that's it. That's all he did the whole game. He didn't have one attacking pass, I don't think, the entire fucking game. He didn't do anything in the opponent's half, right up until, like, the 92nd minute, which I will talk about, trust me, right? Jorginho, shit. He comes on, he was shit. He was absolute shit, right? He comes on, we're still pretty... We're energetic for the first, 5 minutes of the second half, and yet we don't score. Because we've still got Tammy Abraham on, who can't header, and we're still banging in crosses to him. We're trying to have Tammy Abraham beat Pablo Mari and... I don't even know who the other fucking centre-back was. Rob Holding in the air when he's not going to do it, because he can't header, right? He can't do it. So, but yet we're still banging in crosses, you know. And playing balls in behind, despite the fact that Werner is off and he's the only striker that we have that can do that. But look, it's fine, alright? Maybe it'll get better. Then, for some reason, Bukayo Saka decides to turn into Harry Winks from a couple of weeks ago and is in the box, no one's tackling him for no reason, tries to cross it, scuffs every bit of the cross, and it bangs into the top left-hand corner. You're not going to tell me he meant to do that, because he didn't. No one in the world thinks that he meant to do that, not even him, because he knows he didn't, but it goes in, and now we're 3-0 down, and now we're fucked, because we're not scoring 3, realistically, with how we're playing. It's not going to happen, it's not going to work. So, obviously, it doesn't work. Nothing happens. We do absolutely fuck all for until the 85th minute, right? We're banging in a couple of crosses and we're still not getting anywhere because we're not. We have a counter-attack opportunity, which Hudson-Odoi kind of fucks up because Joe Willock puts in a banging tackle, right? He puts in a cracking tackle. It's great. But then it falls... I can't even remember what happens. It's such a shit goal. Hudson-Odoi, like, cunts it into the box. It smacks Tammy Abraham on the chest. But because Tammy Abraham is like an inch out of goal, it bouncing anywhere is practically guaranteed to go in, and so it does go in. He might have been offside. He was just about onside, I think, like barely. But so we've got one back. Hopes are high to sneak a couple more goals and get a draw out of this. And then we go through Kai Havertz. Was it Havertz or was it Mount? I don't know. They were both shit either way, so it doesn't matter which one it was. One of them gets taken down in the box by, you guessed it, Pablo Mari. It's definitely a penalty. He gets none of the ball, goes right through whoever the player was. No second yellow card. Still on the pitch. Somehow he hasn't got a red. Even Arteta is expecting a red because he's just got shropped. Like, he literally has Mustafi half stripped off to bring him on. He wasn't going to come on until that penalty. Then he was stripped off in seconds and he was brought on for Lacazette because even Arteta thought he was going to get a red and he didn't, somehow. And then the penalty. We get to the penalty, 92nd minute, Jorginho. He can't take penalties. We've taken off our penalty taker, who is Werner, stupidly. Could have given him a chance to score, get his confidence up, but no, he's been taken off for no reason. For Hudson-Odoi to do fuck all the whole game. Jorginho steps up, and I'm saying I wasn't even watching it, because I knew he was going to miss. Because Jorginho, look, listen to me right now. This is how Jorginho does penalties, right? And I'm clapping because I'm pissed about it, right? He runs up, he does his little fucking camp little hop before he kicks it, and he looks at the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper takes a step one way, and he kicks it the other way. But now goalkeepers have worked out that if they don't take a step on the jump, which is very easy, as proved by Bernd Leno doing it today, Jorginho absolutely cacks his pants and has no idea what to do. So he just sort of gives it such a soft kick into no man's land, nowhere near the corner, just nowhere, and it's an easy save, which is what happened. He jumps up, Leno just stands there, and then there's so little power on the penalty that Leno not even moving before it's been kicked is perfectly fine because he has time to get down to the penalty. And he saves it because it's a shit penalty. My gran could have saved it. And she's 83. Like, I could have saved it. It's a shit penalty. Everyone knew he was going to miss. Even he probably knew he was going to miss because people have worked out how he takes penalties. This is why we've got Werner as a penalty taker now. Because he actually can take penalties and Jorginho can't, right? So Jorginho misses the penalty. That was our only chance. That was our one chance. If he scores the penalty, we have a chance. We've got 4 minutes left to try and nick a goal. He misses the penalty, we're fucked. Which he does, and we're fucked. And Mustafi comes on, which means they've now got 5 defenders on, and all their midfielders are defending. We're not going to score again. We're not going to score 2, definitely not. We're not going to score 1, not a chance. And we lose. It's the first time Arsenal have won since October, and it comes from a cheated penalty, a banging free kick, and an accidental cross. I won't lie, they did deserve to win because we were how you say shit. All right, that's what we were. We were absolutely terrible. Not a single player played well. Mendy was. I don't think he made a good save the whole game, except for the one time where he gave the ball away to Lacazette about an inch out of goal, and then saved Lacazette's shot, which was a bit shit, right? Reece James was shit, but that's because he's injured. Zuma was good for the first 20 minutes until he wasn't. He was just useless after that. Same with Thiago Silva. Ben Chilwell was useless the whole game because he was injured. Who else even was there? Havertz came on. I genuinely don't think he touched the ball. Unless it was him that got taken out in the penalty. Other than that, he didn't touch the ball. Mason Mount didn't do anything this game. All his corners were terrible, which is unlike him. Kante was making mistakes from the very start. He was poor as well, which is again unlike him. Jorginho, whenever he plays, he's shit because all he does is pass into the defence. Tammy Abraham, despite the fact that he scored, was still one of our worst players because he can't... Like, we don't play to the guy's strengths. And he doesn't have many... But we don't play to them anyway. We keep banging in crosses when he can't header. Werner, again, useless. I'm getting close to calling him a flop at this point because he's been shit. Hudson-Odoi came on, put in one good cross, and then was just disappeared from the rest of the game. And Christian Pulisic, despite the fact that he's playing on the wrong side, again, with teammates who couldn't be bothered today, apparently, was still by far our best player. He was actually good. He was good, and yet... Like, he's playing on the wrong side, and he was still our best player. He's infinitely better on the left, and we won't play him there. What the fuck are we doing, bro? What are we doing? I don't know. The main thing to take from today, I reckon, is the fact that we have lost to a team that are currently... I think they're currently still 15th in the league. I left before the league even popped up. Because I couldn't be fucked sitting there anymore and watching that shit. Like, they're right, they can't even take throw-ins, and we fucking lost to them. Their captain can't take a throw-in, and we lost to them. Look, right, I'm not one for hugely making excuses, but this is my excuse here for us losing. Gabriel Jesus and Kyle Walker, they get their own, right? Which means that a load of Brazilians in Arsenal's team can't play. That takes out all of their worst players, bro. Willian has had one shot on target the whole season, can't play. David Luiz, renowned for being shit this season, can't play. Pepe, because he's got a slight injury, renowned for being shit, can't play. Bro, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, whenever he plays, they play worse. What has happened to him? No one knows. I'm pretty confident in saying our only shot on target was the goal, and that wasn't even a shot. So, 3 away losses in a row. Absolute shit from Chelsea. We're playing on Monday, I'm pretty sure. Which, I mean, if we don't win that, I think I will actually genuinely kill myself. Because we have been so shit recently. It's unbelievable. It was going great until it wasn't. Lampard needs to play the right players in their right position, really. And, maybe we'll have a chance. So, yeah. Thanks for probably laughing at me being annoyed about how fucking shit we are. And, yeah, I'll see you when I next upload in a couple of months. Fuck off.